Hey guys, Wandering Shell here. Once again, we're doing another painting, this time with a Marvel franchise vision. I am hoping that my recording is working. That's why I haven't been posting for the past week, because my sound is not cooperating. So I'm hoping it's working, and if it is, great, you're just hearing me go crazy. It's okay. Anyway, if it is working, let's continue then. So with this specific character, he was actually just a random model that I found, like a kid's toy thing, that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna repaint it because I can. So I did start and did a white primer on him. I want to make it as much as I can, making sure like it doesn't seep through like his original colors, because he was just a regular toy. And that's what I like sometimes, where like you don't have to buy like the expensive models or anything. You can purchase like a kid's toy and re-sculpt it, repaint it, make it your own. I've seen many people do that, and I thought, well, now it's my turn to do something similar. So that's what I did. You're gonna notice that weird red kind of like in between. Well, that's supposed to be like Wanda's magic. Because, WandaVision, Wanda's magic. And I wanted to do something kind of in that realm where it's like a transition versus live and comic book version. I love seeing things like that, of seeing like a transition thing. And that's what I wanted to do. And so, he's actually a bigger model than I thought, so I had to do a lot of painting. And I mean a lot. There's a lot of painting involved. I wanted more of the one way versus the other, just because I wasn't too sure how to make things look alive, weirdly enough. I know, right? I'm usually more towards like the anime or the cartoon look to it, not realism. So I wanted to dabble a little bit in the realism version of it, and that's what I did mostly on the legs, because dabble a little bit. That's all I need right now. Until maybe another time. But right now, he's gonna have just his legs as a little dabble. His top portion, I was trying to make it more comic booky. So right now it looks like a regular painting. Don't worry, it's gonna change. I'm trying to make him look more comic book. So as of right now, I'm doing the dark part of his outfit, and then it will go up lighter and lighter. But sometimes you don't even have to do that. You can just do the dark and the light, and just one coat and then the other. Because a lot of comic books, they don't do as much detailing as they used to, or going to, or anything like that. They do more cell shading than regular shading. So it's very simple shades. Make sure I get all the little nooks and crannies. And even the top of his head, with that fancy look to him. After all said and done, I tried to do a strong tone for the bottom just so it looks more realism with the wash. The top, though, I love how it came out. So anytime there's like a crevice or any kind of line work, it had a line, like a comic book or like a old-timey thing. I wanted to do something very similar like that, so that's what I did. I did it off camera just because of how painstaking it kind of was, so I didn't think you wanted to see it. I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway. So now I'm trying to do some realism with his legs. I'm using Vision from the Marvel movie series as a reference. Easier said than done. It was weird trying to make it realism, and honestly, I should have just made him all comic book look, because it looks so much better looking like a comic book versus this weird transition. And I went through so much trying to figure out the best way to do this transition. First moon dust, and now gold, and back to moon dust, and yellow, and trying to make it more realism, so a lot of layers. It's a lot of layers and a lot of darks and lights and things like that that would interact. So it was actually harder than it looked, because I am not great with realism. And he's actually a bigger model than I've been doing, so it's a nice little change too, and kind of threw me off. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoy this. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.